Hello, Professor. My name is Harika Bolam. Today, I'm here to explain my homework assignment 2 and quality management in computing subject. And these are the table of content that today I'm going to discuss for this assignment. There are mainly three parts. One is for software metric tools, and another part is software quality metric tools, and then software quality assurance tools with the reference links of all these parts. Let's start with the part one, that is software metric tools. Software metrics plays a major role in software engineering. It makes a better control planning and a clear visibility for any project in a software industry, and it helps to increase software production and quality as well. And metrics, these software metrics often collected by the software engineers and also mostly used by the software managers. And these metrics are analyzed by comparing the different measurements. And also these metrics are used in each level of SDLC life cycles. For example, for business holders will measure the quality of the delivered solution. And at the same time, code quality was measured by the development team, project managers, and project owners. And the same way, process quality was checked by for project management. And we will, by considering all these metrics, it will easy us to achieve the user satisfaction. Coming to the purpose of software metrics are used to mitigate problems, and these metrics include well-being in all aspects, like quality, software quality, planning work items, measuring productivity, and so on. And software engineering development teams may leverage software metrics to convey project progress, identify and handle issues, to analyze and track and report their opportunities. And these software metrics improve our process by modifying activities based on different measures. Like on the right side, we can see the diagram that here there will be an understanding, control, implement in between the software metrics and the final end product. So here the understanding metrics help in making aspects of process more visible, and here the control metric will help to using baselines goals. We can predict what is likely to happen and make appropriate changes in process to help meet the goals. And the same way, improvement, by taking corrective actions and making appropriate changes, we can improve our product based on the analysis of project. A process can be improved. And next, sorry, Professor. And next slide will be reason for measuring software processes, products, and results. There are mainly four reasons for that, like to characterize and gain understanding of product processes, and to establish baseline for future comparison, to evaluate, determine the status, and to predict our future plan. And software, coming to the software metric classification, it mainly classified into two types. There are product metrics and then process metrics. And then it was further classified like this, we can see in this diagram. So coming to the product metrics, these are product metric measures of various characteristics of software product. For example, size and complexity of software, and quality and reliability of software. And in the same way, a process metrics measures characteristics of a software, like efficiency of fault detection. And so on the whole, they are used to measure the characteristic of methods, techniques, and tools that are used for developing a software. And there are two types in the process metrics. There are private metrics and a public metric. Private metrics are mostly used by individual, like a software developer, like that. Example, it detect rate for individual. And public metrics mostly used by the team level, and these are mostly preferred on an organization level to improve an organization process maturity. For example, defects found after release of KLOC. And coming to the type of software metrics, there are four types of software metrics. And the first one is internal metrics. Internal metrics used by a software developer, for example, lines of code. And the external metrics are gives importance to the user, for example, portability, functionality, relatability, etc. And hybrid metrics are metrics that combines both product, process, and resource metrics. For example, cost per functional point metric. And the final one is the project metric. These are metrics used by project managers to check the project's progress. And this was mainly the introduction for the software metric. And let's see some list of software metric tools. And the first software metric tool will be a Hatika. Hatika is an analytic platform that enables engineering teams to work with visibility dashboards, actionable insights, and the workflows across the remote and in-office environments. It it comes under a free version for startups and for individuals, and there will be a growth edition for a medium organization and an enterprise edition and for the medium to large organization. And these are the download link or the website links. And coming to the features or functions of a Hatika tool, uh, it is very low maintenance, and it provides a privacy for our design, and it is an effortless setup which will be ready in a minutes. And there will be an it supports a many metrics like a Dora metrics, and for integration we can connect with CI/CD performance insights and also code review analytics. And it also provides a white glove onboarding and a turnkey and customizable option features. And coming to the hardware requirements, it is in a web-based platform, and it may use almost a 1 GB space. And coming to the advantages, Hatika tool provides 100 plus metrics from 20 plus apps, including GitHub, Jira, Slack, Zoom, Google Workplace, etc. And Hatika also it integrates with many other two apps like Git and Project Manage, from Git to project management. And also it provides team goals based on the development metrics, and it supports engineering metrics dashboards. And there is an that asynchronous stand-ups and developer check-in via Slack and email. Slack is nothing but a messaging app, so it provides an easy integration with Hatika. So this is pretty much about Hatika tool. And next tool we are going to discuss is SourceMeter. SourceMeter is an innovative tool built for the precise static source code analysis of C, C++, Java, and many other things. And SourceMeter provides a deep static analysis of source code. Using the result of this analysis, the quality of the source code can be analyzed and it can be improved. And it is developed both in short and long term based on the requirements. And we can download as a free, and there is a commercial version for organizations. the main functions of SourceMeter tool would be the deep static code analysis, and it supports multiple languages from C to Python, and it also supports a clone detection algorithm. So it's nothing but copy pasted source code fragments. It can be extended with the clone tracking and clone smells, and it is a platform independent, and there is an it's a transparent integration into build process and metric calculation at component, file, package, class, or method, or any function levels. It can be calculated mainly in a three levels. For this, there are source code metrics, clone metrics, coding rule violation metrics. And coming to the hardware requirement, it works in a web platform and a Linux platform, as well as the Windows. And there is it almost takes a 2 GB memory with a minimum of 2 GB. And we can add SourceMeter as a plugin to the Sonar Q. And coming to the advantages, the main advantage will be it helps for the security purpose, like it detects coding issues and vulnerabilities in the coding, along with the mistakes in Android programming and a metric threshold violation. And here we can integrate this with many third-party vendors. And overall, SourceMeter will reduce the software erosion rate and decrease in the development cost. And next software metric tool will be the called as a Blue Bracket. Blue Bracket is a core security tool that helps developers to identify and resolve security issues in their code. And the company was launched in 2020 as a solution for marketing open source code, which is stored in GitHub repositories. Once the Blue Bucket interface is authenticated through the GitHub, it performs an initial scan for vulnerabilities in our code, and that's how it works. So the main use of Blue Bracket is for core security, and we can download it for as a free. And there was also a team version and enterprise edition for the organizations and the startups. And coming to the main functions, it eliminates secrets in the code. That means the glitches, and it will automatically scan all the repository that is available in our GitHub as we are connecting our Git repository to it, and it will show us if anything vulnerabilities present in there, and it supports many integrations like a Slack, Zira, Azure, and Splunk, and it also supports a single sign-in on application, and it eliminates false positive with dependable results, as it is using AI and machine learning algorithms. And coming to the hardware requirements, it supports in cloud as a SaaS and web-based platform. And we have to connect Blue Bracket with our GitHub account. And coming to the advantages, Blue Bracket's analytics and reporting capabilities will help to achieve our code security, and it can solve in our issues in our GitHub, and it provides a free security our report based on our code. And we are going to see the features of Blue Bracket in detail. So Blue Bracket is mainly for security at the speed of a code. So we'll start with how to connect a Blue Bracket. So first, To use the functionality or features of the blue bracket software, we should have to connect with the GitHub. For that, we had create a GitHub account first, and then we have to start connecting blue bracket with the GitHub account details. And this would, and once we successfully connect with our GitHub account, it will show like this. And this would be our home page of our blue bracket. So as we can see here, we can load our code from many repositories like GitHub, GitLab, uh, Bitbucket, Azure DevOps, and it supports all cloud and a general version. Here we can see that it will show the repositories or developer needs, alerts, events, and everything together. Here we can see that I have only one repository in my GitHub, so it automatically takes from GitHub and it will show you here. And there is show that one risk is there, and it will show the details if we click or go inside of that. And we can also share our blue bucket with a maximum of 5 people if it is a free version, so that it will show the count of the persons who are using our blue bucket. And based on that, our team or enterprise edition, it will increase the number of developers that we can share. Here, Unix secrets is something kind of a glitches that it might found in our code, like in any repository, so it's going to display here. And as I told, Blue Bucket Community Edition is the most robust, as we can save our passwords token, and it is help to show our security vulnerabilities in our code in more secured way. And it is a free for anyone with one organization, 10 GitHub repositories forever. And this is a, and if we click on the, if we go to the repositories, it will show only the repositories, like whatever we have. And Blue Bucket initially scans our repositories, and it will generate a hash code for each repositories. So, and the next is alerts. So as I told that each repository, Blue Bucket will store each repository with a unique hash code. So if any vulnerabilities, if they found in the source code with that hash code represents here, it will display or it will provide an alert. Instead of displaying your repository name, it will display a hash code here. Blue Bracket alerts can be routed to ServiceNow or Jira, Splunk, or Teams, or many more applications. And Blue Bracket alerts are appropriate, security, or engineering personnel via their own interfaces. So here Blue Bracket uses a machine learning based alert system. So it's constantly check for false positives, and it will provide alerts to the users for our code improvement. And these type of alerts were mostly used, and these are a critical part in into the DevOps teams comparing to the other. This is how the alerts will display in a Blue Bracket software. And the next, we can create any custom expressions, like we can create our custom alerts, or we can categorize or custom repositories or anything. For example, here they have mentioned as a blacklist. So if any code you feel something is we found vulnerability, we can make it customized as an with a name as a blacklist, and we can mention, we can enable our alerts for this, so that if any glitches happen, or if the scan, if the for daily scans, it will automatically scans this customization repository first. So it will be more useful. And coming to the API keys, this is one of the best feature in the Blue Bracket. There are, so these comprehensive APIs are to integrate into your existing CI pipeline for messaging and ticketing system. With this API keys, like it helps us to test for our mostly web API applications, and it provides an enhanced security monitoring and alerts that continuously scan your repos. And so all you have to do is, if you want to create an API, there will be a button here that create a key, and all you have to enter the details. And and there will be also authentication. It may not be available in the free edition, but it will available in our enterprise edition, so that they can log in with the SSO for more security. And we can also perform any audit operations in the Blue bracket. So we can add whatever the repositories we want to audit into the audit category. And if we schedule the time, it will automatically audits based on the requirement. And also it supports one integration called as a CLI tool, that is command line interface. So it catches secrets before they are committed to the repository. This is one of the best feature of Blue Bracket, and we can simply install. There will be a download button for CLI tools, and we can configure it with a minimize false positive, and it is also compatible with the IDEs. And as I told earlier, Blue Bracket creates unique hashes for each repository, so it helps to eliminate duplicates or secrets. And we can monitor 50 plus most secret types automatically in public or private GitHub repositories. It will provide an ability to look passwords or credentials as well. And Blue Bracket is language independent. It is one of the robust software. As here we can see that it will show the percentage of the rest over here, and there is also show the detail of the secret they found based in the code, and will also save the time that it had scanned it. We can also click here for auto scans, and it provides integration in multiple aspects, like I told CLI for workstation tools, and it provides for code servers, and it provides an identity authentication authorization with the tools like Okta, Azure AD, like that, and messaging apps like Microsoft Teams and Slacks, and it also supports the ticketing bug tools like Zira and ServiceNow. And also it supports many APIs and Splunk. And these are some of the extra features of the Blue Bracket. There are like access controller permission, AI machine learning support, and collaboration tools, continuous integration, reporting analytics, tokenization, incident management, and version control, vulnerability scanning, and etc. And coming to the pros and cons of the Blue Bracket, Let's see some advantages. Will be the fixing coding mistakes by using environment variable, and there is an invalidate active tokens. And here there will be two types of alerts. One is for it identifies our it identifies if there is any misconfiguration in our GitHub account, and also it identifies us if there is any vulnerabilities or any glitches in our code, and it also tells us who is accessing our code. And coming to the cons, it doesn't support SSL certification or copyrighted code, and also Bluebucket doesn't offer detection for as many secrets. Coming to the conclusion for SoftwareMetrics, that is part one, SoftwareMetrics provides a quantifiable measurement to set goals and plan changes to the development process, and helps to measure the impact a software program has on production team. And SoftwareMetrics can add new processes to software development teams, which results less errors and cost efficient. Sometimes it might mislead teams by focusing mainly on a metrics instead of completing the functionalities of the program or a product. So to conclude, knowing what software metrics are and how to track them can help you manage the programming process more effectively.